Everybody, welcome back to KF&JF podcast. Man, I tell you, we've been on the move so much lately. Everything's been changing so rapidly on this show. But right now, today, we have a guest that I am so happy that she's taken the time to come on and talk about her business. And it's just one of those things that I'm so proud of because she's out there. She has a family, she's working, she's got all of these things going on, and I'm just so proud of her to be able to share with you guys out there, our listeners, all about her business and what she's doing. But first, I want to kick it over to Razak so that he can introduce himself again here today.
Hello, everybody. I'm Razak. I am the CEO and founder of United Minority Business Ventures. My company assists in the creation and maintenance of your business by forming opportunities to communicate and collaborate with your followers and subscribers and other business owners. We use a wide range of networking tools and methods to achieve results. We assist in the ideas associated with social media marketing, building your marketing profile, creating your marketing strategy, building your financial profile for your business, and branding your product or merchandise. We may also determine what licenses are needed to operate your business, owning your domain or buying into pre-existing sites that host your page, managing your website by selecting posts that create subscriptions, comments, and likes. We also assist by generating comments on other individuals' business sites or page that create a dialogue of conversation directed towards your page. We also help navigate through the thousands of companies asking you for money when there's free companies out there. It's just a matter of starting from the ground level or having pre-existing funds to buy into something flashier. I'd like to thank you for coming on the podcast today.
Yes, indeed. You know, one of the things that I'm proud of in Razak is out there, putting his business out there and trying to help small businesses in all kinds of ways. So this is one of those things that helps us to move forward. But this person here, man, I tell you, you see what's behind her. It says love. Anytime you have that kind of, pre-introduction, I just have to ask her just to go ahead and introduce yourself, Stephanie.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Vega. I am the founder, the owner, the everything of Coqui Love Craft. I am based out of Escondido, California, which is like northern San Diego. I am a full-on crafter, so I make a little bit of everything from earrings to totes to everything in between, including party supplies. So, yeah, I've been doing it for about give or take 5-6 years, but I've always been a crafter. I just now like to spread my love a little bit more than just my family and parties.
Well, isn't that
Okay.
something? You said the magic word partying. I don't know, is that just kind of one of those things that you just so happen to be doing anyway? So this is right up your alley. But tell me a little bit.
Exactly.
Tell me a little bit about your background and your journey in this process.
So I actually work in home health and home in hospice, dementia care and all that kind of stuff. I'm that person that comes to your home and helps your family. With that being said, I see a lot of sorrow in my day-to-day life. So I needed something also to make positive things happen, not just help people pass. So I ended up getting really into my Cricut, and it grew from there. And I started designing and all that kind of stuff on my iPad on downtime, quiet time. Why not utilize it? And kept on creating and making things here and there for myself, my family, and now others.
Okay.
Wow, that's exciting when you take your passion and start doing things that that makes you exciting. That's what makes a good entrepreneur and makes a good business. Because as long as you like it, as long as it's something you want to do, it really does makes a difference. So, what inspired you to do that, though? What inspired you, and how did that come about?
So, from seeing things that, first of all, I love to shop, but sometimes I find things and I don't like it. But I'm like, ooh, I like that idea, but I can do it better. So at least that would fit me in my world. And I started just making stuff, and then people talk to me, and then they give me ideas, and then I expand on it. And then also when I'm at work and I go into other crafts and I see somebody and I can create memories for other people that they can have forever. That also touches my heart too, from making a puzzle of somebody's wedding anniversary photo or the first time they met, so that grandma can actually put together a puzzle, even though she can't remember, but the puzzle she's working on, when she puts it together, it's actually a memory versus a photo you find at Walmart. No offense, Walmart, I love them, but like it's just it's a little bit more sentimental, and it hits a little bit different in the heart when they realize, oh my gosh, that's me and your grandpa in that photo, versus a, a piece of art that is just as beautiful but not as meaningful. But yeah, it's just another way that I can also bring joy to even the sorrow parts to my world, because I can keep on giving, and even the family can keep it after they go.
Right.
Yeah, that is an important thing to have somebody with that kind of caring to be able to be not only thinking about the projects that you're doing, but the effect that you make on other people when you're doing that, and the blessing that you're passing on to someone or giving to other parts of the family that don't even know it. They're getting this, and you're helping them out when you're talking about the elderly and being able to give them a picture of something and help them remember something that the family probably was trying to get them to do for a while, but this picture or this puzzle that you have them put together just reunites or ignites all of these other kinds of things in their heart or in their mind. So that
Yeah.
is something that's so grateful, and I'm proud of you for doing that.
Thank
Is
you.
it is it something that you're working on now that you can talk about? That you got any new projects, as new types of product that you're
So
making?
projects, I'm always working on new stuff, from engraving cutting boards to my earrings and making earrings on a day-to-day basis and designing stuff. But I do have, actually, of this week, I did find out something very large, like huge in my world. I will be at the LA Puerto Rican Festival as a vendor in June, and I literally just found out this week. So that is like the big project I am working on right now. Is going to be prepping in the next few months to be at an event with a minimum of 4,000 people. So that's a
Right.
little project I'll be working on.
Wow, man, that's not a little project. That's major for some vendors that are out there, or some people that are trying to get their product out there. That
Yeah,
is an audience of
yeah,
potential sales and networking
yeah.
and just visibility. All
I
of that's
literally
out
just
there, you
got
know.
the email on Monday and spoke to the woman yesterday to confirm and say, yes, I'm sending you my paperwork. Look out for me. I will
That's
see you in
great.
June.
That
So
is
yes,
great.
and I literally just got the news this week, and I'm super excited and overjoyed and extremely blessed that they even thought of my, what they call small business but full of heart, to be there. And so I'm excited. I'm super excited.
Oh,
And my
wow.
whole family's gonna be there. It's gonna be a family affair. My partner is gonna be my right hand man. My kids will be the ones that help me pop everything up, and It's gonna be awesome. I'm just so excited.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. You sound excited. Tell us a little bit about your background and where you're from, and tell us a little bit
So
about how this event sparks you so much because it's your background.
So I'm actually full Puerto Rican. I was born in Brooklyn, New York. I am full through New Yorican. I did move to California, and I am also a Californian too. I'm what my family and my friends from over there would call a hybrid, 100%. A little bit of both. Um, but I'm full Puerto Rican, and I have all the mixes in me completely. And like I said, like it's to be a part of a community of, first of all, crafters, Puerto Rican, not for nothing. Hello, and to be a part of that festival, it's a huge situation. Like we're very big on our culture and prideful, and to be one of the vendors, yeah. So my family is I'm actually second generation. My parents were born in the mainland, but my grandparents are all born on the island directly. So, and then I still have beautiful family on the island to this day, and I couldn't ask for a better situation to be from, like a destination island, but that's home. That's where my roots are from. So it's awesome.
Oh my God, man, that is something that I hope that there's a lot of other communities out there that can build that too. So when you think about going to this event, is it just strictly Puerto Ricans? Are there other types
Oh,
of
we
vendors
welcome
there?
everybody. Everybody's
Okay,
cousin. Come on
okay,
over.
okay.
And that's the thing. That's the one thing I do love about our culture is that we're all family. Like the moment, like you're like, if you have like a little drop of Puerto Rican, we love you. But if you're
Mhm.
like, oh, I know a Puerto Rican. Oh, all right, cool. Hi, cousin. Come on down. Like we are, like, and that's the thing. And it's to have salsa and all that type of, like, the music is gonna be amazing and like run through your soul. Bomba, I hope, is gonna be there, and like that's the oldest dance that we have from the island, that I hope to God we're there, because I actually do dance it with an amazing set of people down in San Diego too. When I can get there, and they're to die for amazing. But like the culture itself is so cool, but we welcome everybody. Come on down. It's gonna be, oh, I love it. It just runs deep inside, and it's just so much fun.
Wow, wow, wow. So tell us a unique fact about yourself then, with all of that historical history you got going, all of that Puerto Rican juice out there. What is something unique about you that nobody knows?
Unique about me
Yeah.
is, let's see. That's a good question, because to be honest, I honestly think I'm there. Okay, the coqui is like my favorite animal in the world. It's this little tiny frog, the size of a quarter, and that's a big one. But they're loud as can be. I'm a whopping 5'4", and I'm as loud as they can be. So I personally see myself in my little animal that represents my company as well. Um, so yeah, like that's what I think is what makes me unique. Is I may be small, I may be mighty, but I'm also loud as hell. Sorry, excuse my French, but it's just like I love love, and I love to be there for people and be around people and be a blessing to people too. So that's, I think, what makes me unique. Like, I'm what you see is what you get.
Wow, that's an important attribute, to have, because when someone has that much excitement and willing to give to other people, and that caring about other people, man, that is unique, because a lot of people are sometimes so selfish and really don't, and so stand off to where they don't really want to have anybody that they want to care about. They strictly care about themselves.
Hmm.
So I think, like I said earlier, I am so proud of what you're bringing to the entrepreneurial spirit that I can't thank you enough. I'm sure Razak like to ask you some questions as well.
Could you share a particular moment that you consider a turning point in your life?
In my life in general, Um,
Yes.
so about 2 years ago, I actually had my company full running, all custom work. People would like contact me directly constantly. And I do have a little boy. I have older child. I have my bonus daughter, and then I have my little guy. When I got pregnant with my little guy, I got really sick. My whole pregnancy, including having him, he was a preemie. I got super sick afterwards. Lots of situations in life really hard in my world, so I had to stop and went through postpartum really severely. And then when I finally was mentally there, I literally was able to look at my other half, my therapist, my best friend, my family, and be like, I'm ready. When I was to that point, to be able to make that change again and go, I'm coming back. And then I jumped in head first into the market world. That right there is what changed me, because I went from only relying on people's word of mouth to putting my face and my mouth like in it. Like people faced me now. Not just, oh, I heard of Stephanie anymore. No, it was, I'm right here. This is me. And I put myself out there. When I was able to like put on my big girl boots on and keep on going. And that was when I went through everything with my son, and then going through everything and having a great support system with my other half and him being there, and my family and my friends, and even my job being patient with me because I didn't work for the year after I had him in my regular world. And when they looked at me and they're like, all right, you good? I'm like, I'm good, let's do this. And I jumped right forward, like it was in. And didn't even look back. And now I have over 14 markets either completed or no, we're at like 15, 16, including completed and booked in the next like 4 months, 4 more months out, not even. So yeah, that's what changed, is my drive after I healed myself from after all the trauma. So
Wow. Well, it's
yeah.
nice. So let me ask you, so you're coming from, from having the childbirth, the kids and stuff, get into the job thing with the hospice, right?
Uh-huh.
And now you're creating your own business, came up with your own business. And was were there any influential people or mentors who guided you during the early stages of this journey to help you get through this on a mental level, and I guess since you were sick, it would be a physical level too, right?
Yeah, all of it. Like literally physically everything with my family. Like I can't tell you how great of a team it was, and the patience that my household had to have with me, um, to be pretty much another new mom again. My gauge gap from my oldest to my youngest is about 13 years. I have a 14-year-old and a 1.5 year old. For my physical part, when it comes to me being entrepreneurship situation, I come from hardworking people, like completely and utterly, like people who, like my grandparents came out to the States with barely anything and they made it work. I have I have my aunt who ran a daycare business in her basement, and it was fully fledged, like it was awesome. In New York, I have people that work in Methodist Hospital that work hard as family members. My mom has worked through banking life, and my dad was a huge hard worker throughout his whole life. So all I have is hardworking people around me as influential people. My uncle, my aunt's husband, he has owns buildings and businesses in New York City, and he's awesome. I have picked and prodded his brain. Like and then when it comes to crafting, the internet is awesome. Not gonna lie. You have a million people you can look up to. And I have even like contacted some of them, like, question for you, and actually got responses back. Where as somebody who didn't expect anything back, to get responses back, that was cool. Like I'm like, okay, cool. And now I like it's awesome. Like I've grabbed my my inspiration all over, from
Right.
family to people I don't even know on the internet, that I'm just like, oh my gosh, I want to know how to do that. And then go from there.
Right. Right. So in the with so right now I'm thinking like, okay, you did a lot. You just said a lot right there. So you got the whole family behind you. You know your influence is coming
Yeah.
from all these different people, and it sounds good. Is there uh one of them or all of them that gives that makes you, that made up your work ethic right now, to your drive to keep going? Is it from them, or I mean, did they help build it up and you was like,
So
no, you're short but loud, it's like, I'm gonna do this, you know what I mean?
so I will be honestly, I think everybody has a contribution in some way, even if it's positive or negative. I'm gonna be honest with you. There are gonna be some people in my life that are gonna be like, "That's cool, but whatever," and that's fine, because that's gonna be my push to be like, "All right, I got you. Watch me. You're gonna." I have a bag. I have a tote bag of my own that I say, "Hustle till the person that doubted you asks you for if you're hiring," because that's how I live. Because even if you're gonna doubt me, I got you. Because you're gonna eventually look at me and be like, "Holy cow." So I think everybody does. Like I said, positive or negative. Like I can't tell you how patient my other half has to be when I have a market and I'm like, I need to make 50 cups. Give me like, and I take over our kitchen and our living room, and he's like, holy cow. But I appreciate his patience because he's watching the kids right now. He is my backbone. Like, he does encourage me. He's the reason why I have a laser cutter, and I appreciate him 100% for it. He's awesome. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like, I think everybody does. Like, some a little bit harder in the negative way, so I can push on further, and some on the positive way, so I'm like, I got this, and keep my head up high. So
Well, that brings me into this next question right here. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, even with all that, you have somebody that, like, hey, when you need to become the work person, you have somebody that to take care of the kids and whatnot. But what activities or hobbies do you have that have a fulfillment outside of your personal life, outside of your
I'm an
business life, I should say?
audiobook person. I love me some audiobooks. I could get
Audio.
lost in a book. I love it. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love crime TV and like cop shows and medical shows. I could get lost in TV also. Don't get me wrong. I'm like, I can go down the rabbit hole if I find a good show any day. So yeah, and I love audiobooks. I love them. And then I also doodle, and which end up going back to my business, because then all of a sudden I make it into a cup or something else. But if I take myself completely out of crafting, I love audiobooks and getting lost and driving in my car with an audiobook playing and just music. Music also like thrives me. And Bomba y Plena is in Puerto Rico. We actually it is the coolest dance, I think. And it's a set of drums. You have a primo, which is the main guy, and you have dancers. And the main dancer and the main guy have a conversation, and whatever the dancer does with their body, he brings to sound. And I get the blessing to do that also. So when I get the chance, oh, it is the most fun, invigorating feeling also. So those are like my hobbies. Like, if I guess outside of like crafting and my business and my other stuff, like music and audiobooks. But bomba, if I want to hit my soul, that's it right there.
So you're dancing and somebody's making a beat for you, or
Yeah. So
to
any
interpret your
movement,
dance?
exactly. So any movement you do, it can be as simple as moving your shoulder. It
Mhm.
can
You just
be
making a beat like, oh, okay, that's
yeah. So every movement has a different sound. So even from your feet going up and down is a different noise
Right, right.
than shaking a little. And when I tell you that music, it hits differently. I'll never forget. I was in a car accident a long time ago, way before all this. And I went to class. I went to bomba class, and my instructor, she looked at me, and I did my solo, because at the end of class we all go out and we do our solo. We learn a choreography for the different rhythms of the music. And I went out and did my solo, because when you do your solo, it's like a freestyle of like you doing what, like the drummer, it's a bass beat, and then the main drummer and you have a conversation. And when you salute and you say and you give respect, you all of a sudden you have a conversation. And when I tell you, I released all my tension. When I was done, I had tears like in my eyes, and then I went back and I said thank you. My teacher, Laz, I love her. And she looked at me dead in my face and she was, "You're in pain." And I felt it. And I'm sorry. And I was like, I just needed that out. And that's what it is. It's that conversation. And it's the way in Puerto Rico how we were able to express our news and our feelings and everything. And we got to do it today. Like, oh, it's so awesome. So yeah, it's like the best. That's why I'm like, I hope it's at the festival. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm putting it out there in the universe.
I heard that.
I think it's so much excitement that you're bringing to everything that you're doing. You're not just bringing it to your business, you're bringing it to your life, you're bringing it to your family, you're bringing it to people that you don't know, you're bringing it to every part of your life, and bringing it here to the podcast as well. And I'm just so excited about it. What kind of challenges have you been through and triumphs that help you in your business that you've been able to that's carried you on so far?
So lack of motivation sometimes. I'm burnt out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm normal. I swear to God, I'm normal. I know I have a lot of energy, but I'm normal, and I do get burnt out. And sometimes it becomes too much, even for myself, where I will crash pretty much and just rest. I have to rest because my body, that's all I'm allowed to do. But with that being said, then I eventually pick myself up. I have to, because at the same time, I've been able to provide even before I've had my other half for other things, for my daughter, and for now my family too. And even being able to teach my daughter how to do things and her to come with me to the markets and sell and understand, like, oh, mom makes that, but then mom also sells it. And people come to her stuff and then they buy it. Like, they look at her stuff or they see other people, which, don't get me wrong, everybody, I feel should be proud of everybody's stuff that they put out there, because if it's coming from your heart, that's what matters at the end of the day. If it comes from an ugly place, I don't want it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie to you. But if it comes from your heart and it's done with love, like, when somebody, because my daughter sees me on a daily basis, like making stuff and creating things, and she sees that somebody picks up something I designed, and she goes, "Shut up, mom. I saw you sitting on the sofa. Like, I saw you like messing around with images and making an image happen, and oh, I have an idea," and then creating something, and then somebody buys it. Like, that to me is a triumph, because then my daughter goes, "Oh, I could do that too." Because at the end of the day, my son, my bonus daughter, I want them to do way bigger and way better than myself and their parents. Because at the end of the day, we're not a stepping stone, but we're the encouragement to their future. Because whatever they decide to do, I'm going to be proud of them either way, because they're my children. But if they can do even better from what makes them happy inside, that's what matters. And if that becomes profitable, that's even better, you know? But if it's not and it still makes them happy, I'm down. Let's go. I support you. But yeah, that's what makes me that's my triumph. When she's happy and she can look to the future in a way that makes her, how do I say this in the best way? Like, her heart becomes her future in a good way, in a safe way.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's in the parenting world, that's exactly what you want. You want to be able to pass that on to your kids, so that when they see you, they know what you're doing. So this is what this podcast is about, to a certain extent, is that we want to be able to show that all of those dynamics are happening at the same time you're going on that path of the dream of your entrepreneur of your business. So in doing that, that is just awesome, because if your kids can see that, believe me, they when they get to that point, they're gonna say, I can do it too. And that's what's so important to the entrepreneurial spirit. So and thinking about that, with all that, what's your bucket list? What are some of the things that you got in your bucket list that you want to accomplish during this process?
So there are things like on my bucket list. I have family things. My bucket list is huge. I saw a thing about Steve Harvey and said, write down your 300. I'm always working on that 300, but I'm also crossing things off of that 300 by completing them. Not that I didn't want them anymore. So my bucket list from like honestly, it's making sure one-on-one time with my kids and doing one-on-one vacations with my kids. But when it comes to my business, I have machines I want. I do. I have machines I want that can make it even more fun. But also, I have a condo. I love my condo, but I would love to have a house with a big enough property that I can have my work, like another work house on the outside, you know? So that's my bucket list, and I'm gonna do it. It's not a if or when. It's like it's a when, not a is it gonna happen? Because I will make it happen. But my bucket list isn't like a before I kick the bucket. It's a I'm gonna get this done when I can get it done. Because it's always gonna grow. It's always gonna change, but I'm gonna keep on adding to my list of 300 because it's always adding. Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow. You were saying that, I was thinking, basically, you want that she shed. You want that
Oh
she
heck yeah!
shed on
No, I want like a she more than a she shed. I want like a whole entire like
the
granny suite, like just of all
Oh
crafts
my
my
God.
on
Yeah.
my property, and it will happen. Watch me.
Oh,
Actually, or a cabin, like a craft cabin, like because yeah.
yeah. All
Yeah.
right. You know what? This is so exciting, guys. I'm going to tell you what, we'll be right back with Stephanie in a few minutes, guys. Just hang on. Be right back. Okay, guys, welcome back. We're back with Stephanie right now. And I really want to, what's one of your biggest life lessons that you got out there you can tell our viewers about?
Biggest life lesson,
Yeah.
100% is first of all, you have to rely on yourself, and whoever your partner is should always be. Um, you should never have to rely on them, but they should always be a benefit in your life and help you grow and help you be that person, be your support system. And the reason why you should never always rely on them is because then you allow somebody to treat you however they want because you need them. So you want them in your life and they can always build you up, but you don't need to rely on them because you have to have it in yourself. So, yeah.
Well, that's a life lesson that we all have to take into consideration is worried about what other people think and what they say about us. So, what I would like to do? Why don't you let's see your product. Let's see that stuff that you've been
Let's
putting.
see your product.
Oh, let's see the product. Let's see the
Let's see
product.
it. Let's see it.
Everything else that you've been doing. So I'm gonna let you take over right now. This is your podcast right now.
Okay, so I speaking of, emails coming in, but I make a little bit of everything from labels for the you have a preschooler. I'll make your custom like name labels for your kids. So literally the diapers, the shirts, the whatever. I from iron-on labels to regular sticker labels for their diapers and wipies, so they don't get mixed up with everybody else's, which is really nice because when you go to the school, you just drop off the stuff. I literally do it. I even ship all over, from California all the way to Alaska is the furthest I've actually shipped to, and of course Puerto Rico. Um, I also do make custom tote bags. I do like canvas bags just because they're sturdy, and I do two different versions of them. I do sublimate on them, and so that image is directly in the fabric, where it's a fun chemical and situation where I print with special ink and I add heat to it and it goes into the fabric directly. But I put images on there and I can do custom ones, and I also do have stock. So when I do go to a market, I do have regular tote bags. I also do have images that I do have that I can transfer directly that are printed, and I add them directly. I do a lot with them. I love never being stuck in a box. Why be in a box when you can do whatever you want? When it comes to party supplies, I love custom party supplies. So I've made the chip bags, designed them from start to finish, and also made them uh, from the vases that I had there. I painted them directly, and then they were literally the glass vases, and then I made them into scare canisters from Monsters Inc. And I made the stickers to have the emblems on them. Let's see. I make a little bit of everything. Oh, flowers. Flowers to go into like shadow boxes with the characters. I do both of them. I do layered vinyl and make the flowers myself. And something that was really fun that I did do quite a bit last year were memory books for children. And it's really cool though, because I did letters to Jameson. Jameson's my son. And so I made him a memory book, and it sort of took off a little bit last year. So it has a theme to the cover. I make the covers custom completely. And then I provide also stickers, and it's letters to whoever. So when you have grandma writing a letter to the baby, that baby will have that letter forever. When grandma's no longer here, or grandpa or uncle or cousin, we still have their handwriting, because that's what something I feel like we miss nowadays is handwriting. We text, we send pictures, but nothing physical anymore. And I feel like physical is also nice. Something I started doing last year also is even balloon garlands and making sure backdrops were really cool and unique for whoever it is. And I don't just do words and images. I also even make custom bookmarks. Like, and something really fun that I do is when my custom bookmarks, I like press flowers, which is so left field from everything else I do. And I actually enclose them in resin. And so I literally sit there with tweezers and place each flower individually how I think it fits the actual bookmark itself. Um, so I also I have a balloon filler upper, so I can put anything I want into a balloon. That makes it, instead of a like a ordinary wrap present, the person has to pop a balloon and all their presents fall out. Because why be basic? Why be basic? You have a little flavor in your life.
Nice.
I do have a laser cutter, as I said earlier. So wooden ornaments is something I did do a lot for this Christmas. I do a little bit of everything from earrings to shadow boxes for savings to Disneyland, and tumblers. Excuse all my because my English teacher would probably kill me from back in high school since I said it so many times. Not gonna lie, I'm so sorry. Exactly, it just came back again. I do also make metal tumblers. Nice. I actually sat here and couldn't get to Disneyland during COVID. And so I sat there and designed this myself and took little pieces.
So give us a little detail on how you made that.
So what I did was on my iPad, I found what it looks like. I typed in dingy yellow. And so that's how I got the background. And then I'm like, how does the screen canister look? So the black stripe. I put the black stripe in. I created the image for this myself, and I typed everything else out myself. So this part right here, I did look up myself and I recreated it. And even if you watch the movie Monsters Inc., if you look really closely, there's a sticker on it. And this is the sticker. It's a baby crying.
Oh, wow.
So, and I'm all about details. I love details. I love memory. As anybody could probably imagine, I love memories. Through everything I make, I try to bring something that really intrigues me or means something to me. Because even this one is my mom one. This is a smaller one, but my kids are on it. From this is when he was his very first Christmas. These are my girls, and so like I get to walk around with my kids, even when I'm having a rough day. I have, first of all, to have the teenager smiling and the preteen smiling, that's a one in a million.
Right,
At
it's
the same
rare.
time, any parent can tell you. Any parent can tell you if you have a teenager, a preteen, God forbid you have a baby smiling. Shoot, you better get your lottery ticket. But
Now, are those pictures like within the product, or did you have to
yeah,
like
no,
late?
they are completely on it. There is nothing on this tumbler. It's not a sticker, as you can see. The bottom fades into the bottom. So it's in there. There is no sticker. You cannot scratch this off. You can't do anything. It is in the metal itself. It's in the paint. It's what it is. It's sublimation, the same as the tote bags. And what I do is I create the image on my iPad, as I said, and I invert it so it's backwards. So I actually work backwards when I design stuff, which is even more funny. And then when I wrap it around like my tumbler, and I heat it up really, really hot for a certain amount of time, and the image transfers from the paper into what I'm working on. It does take special type of materials to take it, also special type of ink and special type of paper, because regular paper will soak up the ink, type of thing. And as a business owner, I can imagine that nobody thinks I'm basic at this point, but I also rock my own tumbler with the QR code to my stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, I even when I go to events, I use my own cup. Or if I go anywhere different, I have my own cup so people can find me. Oh, where'd you get that? Oh, don't worry about it. You can hit me up on my Instagram. You can hit me up. You can email me. If you scan me real quick, you can email me. You can call me, bing me, page me, however you want to find me. And yeah, and I do, like I said, I ship all over. And that has been fun too, because people that I have never met has entrusted me. And there's one customer, she's a return customer for the last few years. And I've done cups for her and her siblings and everything. And I got to ship to Alaska. That's
Nice.
cool. So I'm like, what? You want me to send it to Alaska?
Right.
I don't even know this woman. This woman lives in Kentucky. I've
Wow.
never met her. And she entrusted me just by seeing the stuff that I make online. And it's just me posting what I make. And it's not even everything I make, because I do a lot of custom stuff for people on a day-to-day basis. Like today, I went and picked up my son from school, and the teacher goes, I just bought a cup and I need my name on it. You need your name on it? Shh, I see you. I'm your girl. But yeah, so I do a lot of stuff here and there, and word of mouth is nice, and they come back.
So getting into when you first, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you told us about the frog. What about the flower? Where's the flower?
A hibiscus flower is one of our flowers on the island, and it's red, and it's my favorite. It's my favorite flower. It's one of my favorite flowers. And just to keep it within red in love and colors, I just think of the coloring is perfect. And because my company is Coqui Love Craft, it's just the frog. If you even look, isn't a regular frog. It's an actual drawing of a frog versus a regular frog. So it's really like it's a craft frog. It's not like a real frog. And then the flower is a real flower, and I just love the veins and stuff on the flower, and it reminds me of a heart. Plus, hibiscus is our flower from the island, and it's actually pretty nifty because I either have the flower itself or the frog on most of my the backgrounds of my stuff, or even my price tags, because I am located in a store in North County in Escondido. So if anybody says, oh, how do I know you made it? Oh, look for a frog. look for my little white frog, and he's everywhere. So yeah, I am full on the crafter. I do know people that do have like a Cricut, but never used it, or but sublimation, I am the only one that I do know directly that does it. But yeah, YouTube University, but even better, TikTok University, Instagram University. I'm like a master at those
Nice.
because I do, I was nosy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was all up in the business of crafting. And when it comes to research, I'm all about preparation because that's just who I am. If I'm gonna like throw myself into something, yes, I throw myself when I finally do it, but it's after I did a lot of digging. Oh, I want to do that. I want to learn how to do that. And then that's how it ends up happening. Like me getting my Cricut, it was me staring at it forever. I'm like, oh, I really want one. I really want one. And then something happens and I went in, I was like, all right, it's time. Think. Let's go. And that's how that was like my first big craft purchase was my Cricut. And then I realized, wait a minute, I don't have to layer every single piece of vinyl anymore. Hold on. Don't get me wrong. I love me some vinyl, but I can do detailed images without 5 million layers. Heck
Right.
yeah, I'm down. And so
Hey.
then I was like, okay, what's sublimation? What's DTF? What's UV DTF? And then now I'm like, oh, okay. There's certain things I still don't like mess with because it's just not for me. But others, I'm like, I see you. I want it. I'm going to have it. I have a laser cutter. I have a vinyl material cutter. So yeah, I do have a lot of different types of machinery in my house. I do, and I can't wait for my next ones. Watch me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get embroidery. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey,
But
there you go.
you know, like with crafting, you're never limited, and you can always keep on growing. And that's what I love because I'm never stuck in one box. I don't have to just do one thing. I can go from here to there. Even sublimation. Like, yes, this is a 16-ounce tumbler with my kids. That didn't mean I needed to stop there because then I went to 20 ounce. And then, oh, wait a minute, I can put my logo on it. Are you ready? You didn't see this one yet. This looks like a baseball bat and it's full on metal with no white at all.
All right.
So I'm never limited. I can always keep growing. And just because I can sublimate on metal doesn't mean I can't do it on glass.
Glass.
So
Yeah, that looks nice right there.
you know, I'm never subjected to just staying in one spot with crafting ever. And that's what's awesome. So yeah, when it comes to machinery, you'll eventually see the next one.
Wow. You know, it's just exciting to listen to you go through your craft and do all of that. And I'm just thinking to myself, how do you pass that down? What is the legacy behind your craft?
Sit down and honestly invoking the fire in my kids to actually do what their passion. Because my passion is to create and to make happiness in other ways. To have things last forever or memories last forever. Because that's actually the goal on all this. Because if I'm making party supplies, I want you to remember as a kid, oh my gosh, that birthday party. Do you remember my third birthday party? That was amazing. Do you remember, Mom? Do you remember my cake topper? That was huge. Mom, do you remember? You know, I want that. That cup, Mom. Do you remember your cup as a you know? I want that. But my legacy is when my kids get older and they're like, and I see what they create because in all, their creations from me showing them, hey, the only limitation is yourself. That's going to be my legacy. My kids are what they create in their life and what they do in their future is my legacy because I'm the one who myself and my other half, like we are their foundation. So if we create a fire in them to build bigger, they are our legacy. You know, it has nothing to do with my business. Don't get me wrong. I love my business. I love all that stuff. But those kids over there, that's my legacy.
Wow, that's one of the things that I'm, most proud of when I think about legacy is how the family unit is brought into that legacy and how you're trying to build it through them. And I'm so, kind of like wondering how, as your community where you're from, is that something that's always been done? Do you see it a lot? Did you see it a lot as a kid? Because other communities are have a little tough problem trying to get their kids to see that the
My
importance of
no,
legacy.
my grandma and my grandpa, like oh my god, they are they are angels. I love them. They're feisty as can be, though. Not gonna lie to you. My grandpa is feisty. My grandma, whew, she can be a spitfire. But when I tell you, like, they make sure their grandkids and their kids are taken care of. Like, they do things to make sure that we're good. Like, I can call my grandma in the middle of whatever, and my grandma's like, Mamita, I got you. Like, grandma got you. Like, breathe, you know? 2 days ago. Don't get me wrong, my dad is feisty too. My parents are feisty. I fell. Not gonna lie to you, I fell. I ate it on my treadmill. It was hilarious. Now I can laugh about it. Still a little hurtful, in the rear-ended area. But my dad, I stopped him. I was like, Dad, I need you. I broke the plug into my wall. I prepped it for him just to switch out the socket, bought the socket, everything. I was like, Dad, I don't trust myself. I don't need to electrocute myself. I have faith in that I could do it, but I don't trust myself by myself in the house. And my dad was like, I got you. Like, he may have been a little cranky about it. I love him to death for it, but like, you know, that's what we are like. And that also, which is really cool, is that it doesn't even have to do blood itself, because when I tell you, people that we have created in as our family are my ride or dies. Like, I have an extended brother that we have no blood intact, like, at all. That man right there, he has shown up for me through and throughout. That is my brother, you know. And then you have my Bomba family. Like, that is family. I may not see them as much as I want to, and or even need to, but they're family and they're there. And the moment you see them and they go, Mommy, and they give you a big old hug, you know it's from the heart. And that is like, that's what's on. That's what I love about my culture. Like, and the thing is that for my culture itself, we come in so many colors, shapes, and sizes. Like, it's like a freaking rainbow. Like, you can't, like, my kids are a rainbow. Like, my daughter looks like lighter. Then you have my bonus daughter. She's even lighter. And then you got my little chocolate baby. Like, a cutie, like there. It's just so cool. And we all look at each other and we're all family. We are all family through and through, blood or not. And that's what it is. And that's what's cool. Like, and even my daughter talks to my cousin, like her cousins in New York, and they haven't seen each other in a year. They talk to each other religiously now. They're like, oh, we're the same age. All right, cool. Hey, cuz. I was like, excuse me? You don't even see each other. And they're like, yeah, but we're cousins. I got you. I will come here. I was like, okay. And that's what it is. Like, it's just, oh, it's awesome. Like, my mom, that was another cool thing. My mom's brother, so my uncle, after my grandma passed away, which is really cool. This is a little side note. My uncle didn't even know about his nieces and nephew. When I tell you, this man found out about my mom and calls her all hours of the day and night. Mind you, he's on the East Coast. And I'm like, dude, first of all, you're old. Why are you up? Go to bed. He calls my mom and like, I haven't talked to you in forever, Mata. Like, how are you? And he till this day, he's never like, I think he's met my mom once. But that's what you do in my culture. The moment you find out about some family member, that's it. So, yeah.
I'm just I'm like I said, this is so exciting. But I'm looking at the sign behind you where you have, where do you invest your love, and that just says a lot about you right there. Everything you've talked about is how you invest that love, and how you're investing in every place that you and everything you touch. And I'm just I'm so like taken away by that, because I know how some people just don't do that. It's just something that everybody has to consciously think about. But if your personality is just that way, you don't have to think about it at all. It's just something that's so natural that comes out of you. And that's what I feel when I'm listening to and you're talking. It's just all over your spirit, that's who you are. So one of the things I want to ask you is a key takeaway or something that you can give our listeners about the conversation we had and about just business in general.
So you have to do something you love. And the moment that it becomes a job and you lose your passion, something went wrong. Because not to the point where, okay, I'm down. Okay, no. Because if you literally sit there like I do and go watch a movie and be like, oh my God, I need a pair of earrings that have this character on. Like, you know what I mean? Where am I going to find it? I need to make them forget it. I'll do it myself. Like, that's just me. But when you do something you love, don't get put in a box and don't ever limit yourself, because you are your only limitation, completely and utterly, because other people, they will try to stop you. They will try to discourage you, because haters hate. And if they want to be basic, that's on them. But that's not your destiny if that's not what you want it to be. It just isn't. If you want to do bigger, you definitely have it in you. You just need to put a little fire under your own behind.
That's right.
Wow. Wow.
So looking ahead, what excites you the most about the future of your business?
Honestly, it's just meeting people, because you never know who's gonna. My dad told me this when I was younger. You never know who's gonna be your future boss. So
Right.
So you can run into the bagger at the store, and that could actually be your future boss in the future. You don't know what they have inside them. So treat people with love and respect. So when I mean like what I can't wait for in the future is who I'm gonna meet. I'm not like, God has already brought so many different people in my life that have affected me in the way of my own creativity, or different things even in my house that represent people who have blessed me in ways that they'll never even understand. So to be honest, who am I gonna meet next? Who's gonna affect me again, or in a new way that's gonna put a fire into my heart again to keep on growing and keep on creating, negative or positive? Let's be honest. Because if it's a negative one, sometimes those like faster than the positive one, because we can't accept the positive in our life even sometimes. Sometimes you need that negative one too. No discredit from either one, because both of them come with some type of fire.
All right.
Wow. I want to tell you that, Stephanie, this has been just so great to have you on the show. I really do appreciate it. It's been exciting. It's been everything I thought that you were going to bring to the show when you came on. So I'm grateful. Sincerely grateful for everything that you brought to this show, that liven it up in that way. And the other part is the honesty about it, and the part that you've talked about with your family and just the way you carry yourself. I think all of those things have just shined, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future. I can't wait to see what's going to happen at your event when you get ready to go to it. And what month is it going to be in?
So my actual next event is tomorrow, but the big one is June 30th in LA. I'll be at the Puerto Rican Festival, Dia de la San Juan. Let's go.
Nice.
But I will actually have a bunch more coming up that are closer in home. I do have one in Escondido tomorrow night, the Escondido Friday night market. I will be there. I will be at the Ghostbusters Friendship Pop-Up. I will be at the 951 market in April, and the Aloha one in Mare Mesa in April as well. So yeah, I have markets coming up throughout, and I do them from Riverside all the way down to Chula Vista. And LA will be my new one in June.
Nice.
And always I'm always at the lineup in North County Mall in Escondido. At the lineup. Mine is the green wall. It says Coqui Love Craft on the wall, and anywhere in the store that you see my little white frog, you'll see him in the store on my price tag. He's there too. I have cups there. I have bookmarks. I have shirts there. I'm always bringing. Oh, I have mugs now over there. I literally just added those this month. And so yeah, if you're looking for something and you just need to go pick it up right then and there in Escondido, it's right next to the JCPenney's on the second floor at the lineup.
Nice.
So my email address is actually my company name. It's coquilovecraft@gmail.com. I am on Instagram and TikTok. Instagram, you'll love me there because you can send me your photos directly if you have any ideas or want your own photos on your cup, because why not have the grandkids or the kids or even your husband and wife on them? So that's Coqui Love Craft. And then you can always email me as well, and you can find all those on my link tree, and all of those are linked in my link tree on all those accesses. So much for having me, and I really appreciate you also for entrusting me and having me on your podcast, and first time for anything and everything. So it was really great meeting you, and also in person, because I did meet one of you in person, and you are awesome, and I really appreciate you also for being patient with me in my life too, and life is lifing. So listen, I have a couple new besties, one that does earrings, one that does crystals. She's really cool, and she's like my cousin now. She's Colombian. Oh, I love her. So I got some people for you. I got some people.
Sure.
So, hi. Again, I'm Stephanie Vega. I'm Coqui Love Craft. I am the CEO, the founder, the little bit of everything. I'm a crafter through and through, but I put a lot of my love inside of everything I make. From tumblers to party supplies, excuse me, to earrings, to cutting boards, to a little bit of everything. You could always find me on Instagram, TikTok, and my email directly, which is all coquilovecraft@gmail.com, including Instagram and TikTok.